This two-part video series covers when photovoltaic, also known as PV, and battery storage systems are required for non-residential and high-rise multifamily buildings in California. This is Part 1, which walks you through some examples of sizing PV systems. Part 2 looks at sizing battery systems, which goes hand in hand with PV sizing, so be sure to check it out. There's a link to Part 2 in the description below. You can achieve compliance with the California Energy Code using either the prescriptive or performance pathways, but here we'll focus on prescriptive. Most new construction projects for non-residential and high-rise multifamily buildings have prescriptive PV and battery requirements, but there are exceptions, and projects exempt from solar PV are also exempt from battery storage. However, solar-ready requirements may apply. Additions and alterations do not require solar PV and battery, but additions that increase roof area more than 2,000 square feet must be solar-ready. Here's a list of PV exceptions for new non-residential and high-rise multifamily buildings. And here are the building types that trigger the energy code. Buildings with mixed occupancies trigger the code if more than 80% of the floor area serves one or more of these building types. Let's look at finding the minimum required PV size. The prescriptive path in the energy code offers two sizing methods: the conditioned floor area, or CFA method, and the solar access roof area, or SARA method. When sizing, the best practice is to try both of these methods, and then go with the lesser of the two resulting values. The CFA method multiplies the building's conditioned floor area by an adjustment factor specified in the energy code, based on the building type and climate zone. Our example here is a 4-story multifamily building in Oakland, which is in climate zone 3, with 100,000 square feet of conditioned floor area. The adjustment factor, A, comes from Multifamily Table 170.2-U in the code. It shows the adjustment factor for high-rise multifamily homes in climate zone 3 is 1.82. So we multiply 100,000 square feet by 1.82, which gives us a total of 182,000 watts. Since PV systems are sized in kilowatts, we then divide by 1,000 to convert watts to kilowatts. So using the CFA method, the building requires a minimum 182 kilowatt system. Now let's try the SARA method and see how that compares. SARA is generally defined as the usable roof space that receives sufficient sunlight. Its formula differs depending on whether the building has a low-sloped or steep-sloped roof, or a combination of both. For more on SARA, check out our What is SARA Small Bite video. Let's say our building in Oakland has a SARA of 25,000 square feet, and it's low-sloped. The multiplication factor is 14 watts per square foot. So, multiplying the SARA of 25,000 by 14 gives us a total of 350,000 watts, and dividing that number by 1,000 to convert it to kilowatts gives us a PV capacity of 350 kilowatts using the SARA method. Finally, we compare the CFA and SARA results and choose the lesser value. In this case, it's the 182 kilowatt system from the CFA method. So, to sum up, to comply prescriptively with the California Energy Code's PV system requirements, you need to know the following. For the CFA method, the total conditioned floor area of the building and the CFA adjustment factor for your climate zone, per the Energy Code table. For the SARA method, the solar access roof area of the building's roof and the SARA multiplication factor. Then you can determine which method results in the lesser value for a compliant PV system. If you use the performance pathway to evaluate the whole building, including the proposed PV and battery systems, the required PV and battery systems will be whatever is indicated on the compliance report, which may be less than or more than the prescriptive calculations described in this video. Leave us a question or comment below, and see our list of resources listed in the description for more Energy Code ACE offerings on this topic. And be sure to check out Part 2 that covers battery storage requirements for non-residential and high-rise multifamily buildings.